Hi everyone. I need you guys to follow my YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and then share for me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lindaria Watts, and I am a messenger. That's it. That's all. And I need you to catch these messages. Today I will be reading out of Proverbs 30. I am reading the whole Proverbs 31, but I'm going to read it back to front. So today we will be reading in Proverbs 30. And I got a lot to unpack because Proverbs 30 hits the nail on the head for me. So if you're joining in, just know that we're about to dive into Proverbs. I'm about to read a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to digest it on you guys. Because when you read Proverbs 30, it unpacks a lot. So again, we're going to jump on in here to Proverbs, and I'm going to tell you guys what I think about Proverbs 30. Because yesterday we did 31, today we're doing 30, tomorrow we're going to do 29, so on and so forth, right? So let's get it going. And I'm going to mess these two names up. I'm just going to tell you ahead of time. These two names, I'm not going to do them any kind of justice because I can't say them. So bear with me. The words of Agar, the son of Jakeh, his utterance, the man declared to Ithel. I told you I'm going to tell these names up. Surely I am more stupid than any man, and do not have the understanding of man. I neither learned wisdom, nor have knowledge of the Holy One, who has ascended into heaven, or descended, who has gathered the wind with his fist, who has bound the waters in garment, who has established all the ends of the earth. What is his name? And what is his son's name, if you know? Every word of God is pure. He is a shield to those who put their trust in him. Do not add to his words, lest he rebuke you. You will be found a liar. Two things I request of you. Deprive me not before I die. Remove falsehoods and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with the food allotted to me, lest I be full and deny you, and say, who is the Lord? Or at least I be poor and steal and profane the name of God. Do not malign a servant to his master, lest he curse you and you be found guilty. There is a generation that curses its father and does not bless its mother. There is a generation that is pure in its own eyes, yet it is not washed from its filthiness. There is a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are like swords, and whose fangs are like knives, to devour poor from off the earth, and the needy from among men. The leeches have two daughters, give and give. There are three things that are never satisfied, four never say enough. The grave, the barren wound, the earth that is not satisfied with the water, and the fire that never says enough. The eye that mocks his father and scorns obedience to his mother. The ravens of the valley will pick it out, and the young eagles will eat. There are three things which are too wonderful for me, yes, four which I do not understand. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of the serpent on a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a virgin. This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I've done no wickedness. For three things the earth is perturbed, yes, for four it cannot bear up. For the servant when he reigns, and a fool which is filled with food, a hateful woman when she is married, and a maidservant who succeeds her mistress. There are four things which are little on earth, but are exceedingly wise. The ants are not people, not strong, yet they prepare their food in the summer. The rock badgers are a feeble folk. yet they make their own homes in crags. The locusts have no king, yet they are advanced in rank. The spider skillfully grasps with his hands, and it is in kings' palaces. There are 3 things which majestic in pace, yes, 4 which are stately in walk. A lion when it's mighty among beasts, and does not turn away from any. A greyhound, a male goat also, and a king whose troops are with him. If you have been foolish in exalting yourself, or if you have devised evil and put your hand on your mouth, for as the churning milk produces butter, and ringing in the nose produces blood, so forces the forcing of wrath produces strife. Okay, so we're about to unpack some things really quick. I don't know if you caught that, but I caught a whole bunch of stuff up in here, and there's some foolery. I think I'm going to start at the bottom of the foolery, because I'm about to call some people out really quick. The way, we're going to go to verse 20 in chapter 30. It says, "This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wickedness." I'm calling you out. I'm calling you sneaky links out. I'm calling you girls out, because you think it's no harm, no foul, because a woman owes you nothing, because that's her man, not yours. Because you think you're better because you're laying with someone else's man, and you think that you got the right to look at her and say she should have did better, when you don't understand the way you get someone is the way you will lose them. So don't think that you're better than any woman because you are allowed to lay with them. When in reality, if a man truly valued you, he wouldn't put you at the side in the first place. But I see a lot of women who feel like they're so up there because they're sleeping with somebody else's man, or because their man has the nerve to sneak out and be with you but won't make you their woman, won't make you their wife, but has the nerve to sneak you in the back room, sneak you in the car. You're good enough to lay with, but not good enough to claim. We got to bring our value back to ourselves. We can't be degrading ourselves. We can't blame nobody else for how men are treating us, because we allow it to happen. No one can make us do anything. The devil can't even make us do anything. We can allow him to come in our life and take reign. We can allow all of that, but the devil has no power. When you start taking your power back, no man can take that away. When you start proclaiming yourself as a woman of God, can't nobody disrespect you on that level. But I'm going to get off of that because I got on y'all yesterday. Okay? So we're going to come back to this right here. There is a generation that curses its father and does not bless his mother. Jamar. And does not bless his mother. So I understand that a lot of us have not been raised by our parents. But we have to realize that in this lifetime, God uses vessels. And even though your mother or your father might not have raised you, they still are that vessel that God used to produce you. And you're going to be something so great and so powerful. And even if that person didn't raise you, it's still a level of respect you have to have, because they still raised you. Then it says, there's a generation that is pure in its own eyes, yet is not washed from its filthiness. That means even though you know you're wrong, you won't say you're wrong, because you don't want nobody to think your stuff don't stink. You want to sit around here and think that it's great to have a turn up summer. It's great to sell dope to this person. It's great to, look down on these people because you think you're up here when you just filthy dirty. And if you open that closet, honey, all the skeletons are going to come falling out. All the skeletons. You so filthy dirty. You so covered in your own vomit. But you have the nerve to criticize, or the nerve to judge someone else at their low point, when it just takes somebody to come put a screenshot on your page and all your skeletons are going to come out. Don't ever think you're too far up there, because it's a fall from grace. And honey, we can all fall. But don't think that since you're in your own filth that no one else sees it. Okay. There is a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, and their eyelids are lifted up. There is a generation whose teeth are like swords, and whose fangs are like knives, to devour the poor from off the earth, and the needy from among men. I've seen so often where everyone criticizes somebody at their low point. They criticize the homeless man on the side of the road with the sign saying, I'm hungry. Do you know how hard it is and how diminishing and how degrading it is for somebody to write on a sign and stand out there and beg for money? Do you know how humble you have to be at your low point to get out there and beg somebody for money? And then you have to sit there and you sit there and you criticize them at their lowest. The nerve of you. You know how hard it is for someone to come out there and beg you for some money when they know if they can just get a shot at something, they can be somebody. Don't look down on people. Don't look down on them. I'm in the NIV. And then we want to just go back to the beginning where it says, every word, this is my key phrase, because I have my key words I'm going to get to you guys on. And then I have my key phrase, which sets the tone for this whole story. And it just goes back to verse 5. And it says, every word of God is pure. He is a shield to those who put their trust in him. That's a statement in its own. That's a verse in its own. That does its own. It just says every word of God is pure. God is not a man that he should lie. His promise still stands. His faithfulness is always there. He will never leave us, nor will he ever forsake us. God is not a man that he should lie. But if you add words, do not add to his words, lest he rebuke you and you be found a liar. I'm going to go to my key words that I have on here. I have like 4. My key words in Proverbs 30 are foolishness, lies, never satisfied, and mocks. Those are my key words. And then I have give and give equals leeches, because leeches just take and take. I call them people takers, because if they can take your last breath, they would take it and act like they did nothing wrong to you, and act like you're the problem for wanting to defend yourself when it seems like all craziness is breaking loose in your life. They don't understand why you just can't take it, because they're coming to take from you. I remember one point in my life, someone said, I had to come back to you just to get the last little bit of peace that you had so I can get on. And I'm like, you're a drainer. You're a drainer. Like, really? So, can you guys see? This is the one I'm in. I'm in here, and I'm in Proverbs 30, you guys. I read the whole thing already if you're joining in late. I read the whole thing. I'm just going back over some key verses that like came out that like really mean something to me and that can really like change your life. So just jump on in. And again, if you do miss this, I am going to take it off of my TikTok and I'm going to put it on my YouTube, the whole video, and then you can go on there, like, comment, and you can share and subscribe. So turn the page. Hey guys, I'm sorry I haven't read everything you wrote. So it says, a hateful woman when she is married, and a maidservant who succeeds her mistress. Now this is deep. You ever wonder why some women are just angry? A lot of women are angry because they have generational curses that have anger inside of them, and they have to learn how to be a generational curse breaker to break that curse off of them. But a maidservant who succeeds her mistress seems like she has something to prove, because her whole life she served under the very woman that she wanted to become. Remember yesterday I said if you have 5 female friends, you only have 1. Because envy is deep. Envy is so strong. People want to be you so bad in this lifetime that they will do whatever it takes to be you. So a maidservant was always under them. So when she succeeds her her mistress, she thinks that she has something to prove. She's smelling herself. She's looking down on everybody. And that's not the way to go. Because no matter how far you up, you're never too far from falling. Just saying. So I have on here, the ants are not people, not strong, yet they prepare their food in the summer. Preparation. I should have put that as my key word. I gotta jump in here real quick and put that key word in here. Preparation. Because how can you say you want to go to the next level if you're not prepared to go to the next level? I have this thing with myself. I do my goals, right? I do my obtainable goal now, my 2-year goal, and then my 5-year goal. And if I want to get extra, I'll do a 10-year goal. So now I can feed God's people. That's my obtainable goal. 2 years from now, I can have a church. 3 years from now, I can have an organization, an orphanage. Like those are my main things that I want to do. So I do my obtainable, my 2-year, my 5-year, and then my 10. And every day I do things to reach my next level. And every day I write down and I make it plain. Okay, by December, I want to make sure that I went live every single day, that I read 1 verse a day, that I prayed every day, that I spoke to God every day. Every day I put discipline in my life to prepare for what God has for me. Yes, He already has it for me, but when it does come, I'm going to be prepared. Just like ants. You never see one ant. You see the whole village because they're all together. They know that it takes a village to raise all of them together. And they're very orchestrated. But okay, we're going to come to something else. Let me scroll. I want to read some of you guys' comments really quick. Okay. Good afternoon. No, it's not the book of Job, you guys. It's Proverbs, and it's 30. Okay. How you guys doing? So, I want to get on here too. It says, the locust has no king, yet they're all advanced in rank. And that just means there's no head in the locust. They know their role. They know their position. There's no one bigger or better than anybody. They have a common goal, and they want to get it together. And this is where your friends, okay. All right, God, hit me. This is where your friends come into effect. See, if you have friends that are competing constantly against you, you have too many chiefs and not no Indians. When you're a team and you're together and you have one common goal, there's no arguing. All you can do is build from here on up. You can keep building, and you can keep building, you can keep growing, because no one's in competition with each other. You guys actually might have all different goals, but if we all support each other and we all love each other, we can all build each other up. There's no competition in real friendships. There's only growth and elevation. Let me know what your 5-year plan is so I can see if I can sacrifice myself and see if I can come help you. I have a really good friend who's in my walk in life. She's sacrificing 2 years of her life to come walk with me and set me up so I can get to my next level. That shows dedication. That shows sacrifice. She's like, wherever you go for the next 2 years, Lynn, I will come with you. I will help set you up, and I will help establish you. You have 2 years of my life. No competition. That's just real friendship. If you don't have a friend that says, what do you need me to do to help you to get to your goal? What can we do together? What can we accomplish together? We might be 2 different goals, but we're going to be together. Here we go. Yeah, it's Proverbs 30, you guys. Proverbs 30. Yeah, and I'm sorry, you guys. I'm in this Bible. This is an old church Bible. Sorry. But yeah, just choose your friends wisely. I know everyone wants to hold on to childhood friends and all this stuff, but I promise you, a stranger can help you quicker than a close friend or a family member. Don't be so closed off to people that want to come into your life that are new, especially if they don't mean you any harm. They just want to help you build. Sometimes we have to learn how to be a receiver, and we have to come with our hands open and not closed, and our mind open and not closed, and without having a stank attitude thinking people have betrayed us because we haven't let go of past hurt. Sometimes we're friend hurt. Some people say church hurt. Some people say family hurt. But if you never heal that hurt, you can't never get to the next level. You have to learn how to heal the pain that happened so you can elevate to the next level. I'm a firm believer in forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for your soul, not theirs. Forgiveness is for you. Because if you let the hurt marinate in your head long and long, you're going to miss out on the blessings that God put in you. If I was so closed off from, I lost a good friend of 12 years, and I was like, I don't ever want to be around anybody ever again. I would have missed out on this wonderful person, this beautiful person that says, I'm going to sacrifice 2 years of my life for you and your dreams. Whatever your dream is, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to set you up, and I'm going to go on my way. Some people come in our lives as angels that God put in our life and said, they're going to come with you. They're going to set you up, and then they're going to leave. Because remember, in life, we have seasons. And not everyone's going to be with you the whole time. You have to learn how to let some people go. Some people are going to transition out of your life slowly, and that's okay, because seasons happen. Some people are literally solely only for a reason and a season. No harm intended. Growth happens. But I challenge you, the same way they helped you, help someone else or help them. I'm trying to understand the mindset of a harmful wife. Oh, thank you. And it says, a lion which is mighty among beasts and does not turn away from any. A lion ain't scared of nobody. A lion ain't scared of one person. And on this earth, we're not supposed to fear anything but God. Yet we get scared to write someone. We get scared to fill out a resume. We get scared to shoot our shot at someone that God said go talk to, because that might be your husband. That might be your wife. We get scared of little things. We get scared to get on the interstate. We get scared of rejection, right? Why? Why are we scared of simple things when God said we have dominion over everything in this earth? When we can speak to anything and tell it to move from here to there. When we know that there's power in the tongue. There's life and death in the power of the tongue. Yet we get scared of little things. But we want to walk around and act like we're not scared, right? Because in our mind, we don't think we're worth it. In our mind, someone told us we wasn't worth it. In our mind, we get scared because we don't know if we deserve that position. Our mindset has to change in order to get to the next. If we want to walk like that lion, if we want to put our shoulders back like that lion, if we want to roar like that lion, we got to start living like that lion. We can walk anywhere in this earth and not be touched. One, because angels walk on each side of us every single day. And two, because your Father said you're not supposed to fear anything but him. And he gave you dominion over everything in this earth. When you realize how powerful you are, you won't be scared to write that resume. You won't be scared to walk in that job with no education. You won't be scared to walk to that car lot with a $500 credit score. You won't be scared to go apply for that house. You won't be scared to go ask that woman to marry you. You won't be scared to say yes to your future. You won't ever be scared. When you realize the power that God has put in you, you would never be scared again in this world. Never. You will never be scared to lay alone and leave that relationship that was toxic. You won't be scared to lay by yourself. You won't be scared to get out of that domestic violence relationship because you think he's going to kill you. Well, sometimes you got to look the beast in the face and say, well, come hell or high water. If you're going to kill me, you're going to kill me. If you're going to beat my behind, you're going to beat my behind. But let the day be the last day. Let it be the last day, because you don't have power over me. I'm taking my power back. Don't you be scared one more day. Don't you be scared one more day of anything or anybody, ever. Next. Here we go. We're going to go to 32. It says, if you have been foolish in exalting yourself, or if you have devised evil, put your hand over your mouth. For as churning of milk produces butter, and wringing of the nose produces blood, so the forcing of wrath produces strife. You churn milk, right, to get butter. You're churning it. Everything is a process. Your life is a process. This is just talking about processing. Processing. Everything has a process. When your nose bleeds, everything. Okay, God. Okay, God. What are you producing in this lifetime? What are you producing in this lifetime? Are you producing fear? Or are you going to produce kingdom and queendomship? Like, are you going to say, everyone's like, oh, queen, queen. Oh, if you go down my statuses, if you go down my videos, everyone's like, queen, queen, queen. Are you prepared to put that crown on? You're wearing clothes that say queen. You're wearing shoes that say queen. Dude, you calling yourself king. I'm the king of this castle. I'm this, I'm that. You putting all these titles on, but are you walking in your fullness? Are you ready to wear that crown? Are you ready to really put that crown on? Because you're going to go from being a nobody to a somebody really quick. And with that comes judgment. And in that, I need you to understand this. You have nothing to prove. When God crowns you, I don't need you to get caught up in proving yourself worthy of that crown. Because when God crowns you, he already made you worthy. He already proved to you who you are. Don't walk around here trying to make statuses, take pictures, and say, oh, this is my year, I'm queening it, I'm kinging it, I'm this. Don't put your own title on you, because God says, I crown you. I put the crown on you. Not one time do you have to explain to this world who you are. Don't you argue back. I see so many people on TikTok taking the negative comments and they're making videos. Oh, you tried me, this is that. I make my own money. You will never see me argue with anyone, because the world don't make me and you can't break me. When God told me I'm a messenger, that's who I am. I don't have to justify who God says I am. When God calls you, I don't need you to defend who God says you are. I need you to walk in it. I need you to walk in it with your head held high. I need you to pick that crown up and put it on your head and say, God says I'm a queen. Oh, girl, who you think you are? I don't think. I know. I don't think I know. And I need you to know who God says you are. If God says you're a wife, I need you to be a wife. I don't care if people say, oh, she will never be a wife. God didn't give you my dream. God didn't tell you who I was. God didn't give you my vision. So therefore, I don't have to explain it. When God gives you who he tells you he going to give you, I'm not going to ask you for it. I'm not going to ask you to explain, but I will support you in it. In this lifetime, I'm going to sign off saying this. I'm going to sign off saying, don't spend time arguing with fools unless you become a fool. You have nothing to prove in this lifetime to a soul. If God told you you're going to be the next millionaire in your family, I need you to start learning how to balance a checkbook. If God told you you're going to be a husband, I need you to take the blinders off your eyes, take the thorns out your eyes, and I need you to put some glasses on and go find your wife. If God told you that you're going to be a wife, I need you to learn how to get in that kitchen and cook, how to raise these kids, how to balance a checkbook, how to watch TV with your children and family, plan vacations. I need you to find that wedding dress. If God told you that you're about to be a wife, I need you to find your heels for it, to plan the vineyards, to do all of the above. If God told you, I need you to get prepared. That's why I tell you to get ready, because can't nobody take away what God told you. If God told you about to get you a new car, I need you to go get the accessories. I need you to go get the car mats, the steering wheel cover. I need you to go get the stuff to wash your car. If God told you finna have a good credit score, I need you to go get the credit cards open and to get the bank accounts open. If God told you about to get you a house, I need you to go look at some furniture, go get the furniture put together, go to IKEA, go to Overstock.com, go to Wayfair. If God told you, get prepared. Don't you ever let someone tell you that God didn't tell you that. I remember God telling me one day, he said, go outside and plant your garden. And I just went outside and I just started digging up stuff. And I just started planting whatever I had in my house. I had some squash seeds, some watermelons. I just started planting. And then God told me to get some boxes. And then he said, start packing your stuff. And at the time, my boyfriend at the time, my ex-boyfriend, he said, what are you doing? I don't have to explain to you why I'm packing this stuff up. God told me it's time to pack. The next day I got a notice and I had to move. God told me already, so I was already prepared. And this season, God's not going to allow nothing to sneak up on you. If God told you something, I need you to listen. And I need you to be prepared. If God told you you're about to have a baby and they told you were barren at that hospital, get prepared. Go get the yellow and the blue clothes so you don't know what you're having, but get some neutral, get some yellow and some brown. Get ready to birth that baby out you. Because, honey, I was told for 25 years of my life I wasn't having kids. But God told me I was going to have some. And guess what? I got 4. Man can't tell you what you got going on. A man can't tell you your dreams. A man can't tell you what God told you. You don't have nothing to prove to nobody. Because guess what? That's why they say miracles. Because man can't understand what God does. That's why we use the word miracles. Because God said it. But you're questioning it. So now you're going to put the word miracle on it. Because God said it. And you didn't believe it. But my God said, I'm going to show the world who you are, because I call the called. I call the unqualified. I anoint kings. I put you in position. Now I just need you to get prepared to walk in it. Don't ask me what your purpose is, because I'm not a prophet. I can't see your purpose, but I can support your vision. If you make it plain, I will pray for you. If God told you to do something, I need you not to question it. That voice that someone said something said, it's not something said, it's God said. Stop giving something said the credibility. It's not something said. Something said is God. God said. And if you got questions, say, God, is this you? Make it plain. And I promise you he will. But I'm going to sign off telling you guys this. In this season, I need you to pray for discernment. So when you do hear that something said, which is God, you say, God, if it's you, give me, make it plain so I can see. Give me a sign that this is you. Make it so I know it's you, God. And let me have the wisdom and the knowledge to discern who's for me in this lifetime and who's against me. And make it plain, God. And all those who are against me, remove them out of my life. If it's pruning season, then prune me. All I want is you, God. Because if you said it, then I believe it. If you said it, God, then I believe it. If you said it, God, then I believe it. And if God's telling you right now to pack your boxes up and move, I pray right now that you get that house, that you get that apartment, that you get that new career. If God tells you it's time for you to find your wife, I pray that you get a godly wife, a queen, a kingdom wife. If God's telling you it's time for you to be a wife, I pray that you get that kingdom husband. I pray that you believe in everything that God says. If God's telling you right now that miracle signs and wonders are about to come in your life, I pray that you're prepared for it. If God's talking to you right now, I stand in the midst with you. Let me be that second person. Listen, God, I ask that you bless their going out and their coming in. And I ask that you give them discernment in this season so they know who's for them and who's against them, Father God. And I ask that you give them the humble heart so that when they do get what they're asking for, they don't lose it because ego and pride. I ask that you strip away those titles. And I ask that you make them a believer of you. And I ask that if they come about a homeless person or a person in need, that you humble their heart and you let them give. And you let them tie to the church, tie to the mother, tie to the father, tie to whoever. Because it's not for them, Father God, it's for you. I ask that you give them a humble heart. And whatever their desires are, that you give it to them, Father. And let them know that you gave them dominion. And this is their last day of struggle.